Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday. So I called an intro for this and accidentally deleted it off the camera. So that's not a good start, is it? But what I said in my intro earlier was that basically I'm on a tight schedule this weekend. I got two big AFL projects to work on. I can't really start until Saturday really, maybe even later today. I don't know, we'll see. But there are two big AFL projects to work on this weekend. It's probably going to take all weekend as well, so there's that on the main channel. Obviously I've been live streaming this week as well, Monday to Thursday, just to make sure live streams are in order, because I can't stream on the weekend, so I thought I'd stream during the week instead. And I'm going to the Arsenal game on Tuesday, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the Arsenal game, come back in the evening, edit the vlog, then continue working on the AFL projects while also doing them on Saturday as well. And I hope to get it all done by Monday, because on Tuesday FIFA comes out and I want to play that on day one. Plus on Tuesday as well there's an Arsenal game that I'm also going to as well. So there's that. So hopefully by Monday I get those two big projects done and I get them sorted out before Monday, and put one of them up on Monday as well on the main channel. That's probably what I'm going to plan to do. There's other things to work on as well, so there's a bunch of projects. YouTube this weekend for me it's going to be a lot of editing, so I thought I got to get this out of the way, because I didn't record this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, because Monday and Tuesday I was recording a bunch of videos, Wednesday and Thursday I was live streaming, so I didn't have the time as much. I was doing other stuff as well, but now I found the time now where I'm not editing, and I got to get this done now. It's Friday night and I just watched the first Raid movie. So this is the first time episode, the second episode of the series. It was Narnia first, now it's the Raid. We're doing the Raid because it's two movies. It's a lot shorter than Harry Potter, for example. I need to get this done. So the Raid movies, I heard good things about these movies, to be fair. Apparently they're really good action movies. Apparently they got jump out your seat action, some good fight scenes. That's what I've heard about these basically. Haven't really seen any trailers aside from an advert on TV for the Raid 2 that I saw over here. It's an Indonesian movie, so it's a foreign movie made in Indonesia, and it gained popularity worldwide as well, so that's how I know about it, more people know about it. And it's dubbed over, so it's in Indonesian but it's dubbed in English, which is fine. I expected subtitles, but it was dubbed over, which I do prefer that for sure. But yeah, these are good action. This first one, I just watched the first one, and it's good action. I did enjoy it. There's a lot of hand-to-hand, I can't even pronounce things right, hand-to-hand combat. It's about a SWAT team that go on a mission into a block of flats, and there's a kingpin basically, or as the synopsis says on IMDb, a ruthless mobster. A ruthless mobster runs an organization. I mean, he's not I don't think he's the main guy anyway, but in that building he's in charge, and in that building he's got people living in there, paying him rent, and he's got men working for him who have guns who protect the building for him basically, and a SWAT team has to go in there to try and take him down basically, and it goes wrong. They get trapped, there's other things involved, there's cameras everywhere where the villain's watching them, and they got to basically try and fight their way out while also trying to take down the villains too. So there's a lot of fight scenes in here, gun fights, knife fights, and hand-to-hand combat is very prominent in this movie. And yeah, it's very enjoyable. It's some good action. It's a serious movie, some comedy here and there, but it's a serious movie. And it's some good action. There's some good action in this, some good fight scenes. It's well choreographed, and I quite like martial arts movies. So I can't remember the actor's, what's the actor's name again? Hang on. Iko Uwais. I think that's pronounced wrong, but he was in Triple Threat that I saw in Movie One Day in a previous episode of Movie List. I've seen him in a few other things as well. What is he in? Hang on. The main character in this, he's in Mile 22, Mark Wahlberg. Haven't seen that. He's in Star Wars 7. I don't remember. He's in Triple Threat. He was in Stuber. Saw that recently. Headshot. Yeah, he's been in a few Western movies. I knew I recognized him. I knew him from Triple Threat anyway, but I knew he was in more than just. He was in Hollywood movies too, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's a good movie that I really enjoyed. It was really fun to watch, and the action was pretty good as well. So yeah, one thing though, there's a bit too many there's too many cases of plot convenience, and it shouldn't be that serious considering it's just a fun action movie. But like, there's a lot of plot convenience in this. Like, there's one point where there's a character who's being chased by like 5 guys, right? And the 4 guys are right behind the first guy, but only the first guy, and they're all running towards him, but only the first guy is coming, and so he's fighting the first guy one-on-one, even though the other 4 guys are right behind him, but they're not there for some reason. And as soon as he's done with the first guy, the other 4 come running. Like, they were just round the corner. Like, what were they doing? Were they just waiting? I swear they were running towards them. So I was just like, wait, what? Shouldn't they be here by now? Like, how is he getting one-on-one fight here when his 4 mates were right behind him? Like, how does that work? And there was another time where there's a guy's got someone at gunpoint, and he puts it down saying, I want to fight with fists. I mean, I get the spectacle, I get good action, but characters are stupid. Just shoot the guy and you've done your mission. Like, what on earth? Why do you want to beat him up instead? I don't know. There's a bit too many cases of plot convenience. Just characters for no reason just hold back when it's just a war basically in the building. I don't know, but I did enjoy this. It's an 8 out of 10. On to the Raid 2, which I've heard some really good things about too, so let's do this. I watched the Raid 2, then I went to download like 80 videos for my project, for one of my 2 projects, and it took a while. Then I realised I started watching Seinfeld as well on my iPad, and I realised, wait a second, I forgot to record the rest of the video. But here I am. The Raid 2 was better than Raid 1, I think. They're both good movies, but I think Raid 2 was a bit better, had better action, I feel, better choreographed, and in general, I just liked it more. I liked the fight scenes a lot more. Obviously, like in the first one, it's inside a building the whole time, and the second one's more outwards, more like in different locations, which I think helps, to be fair. I don't mind one location, that's still fine, that still works. It's just that I prefer like it to be more open. And spoiler alert, by the way, if you don't want to know spoilers, then click away now and go and watch these movies and come back. But in the first one of the SWAT guys is behind it. He's not behind it, but he's part of a conspiracy or whatever, and the main character arrests him at the end of the movie. And but the problem is the main character himself ends up in prison too, and eventually comes to a deal with I think it's a gangster or a cop, one of the two anyway. Comes out with a deal with someone who has an organization, and he has the traitor killed from the SWAT team, and the main character makes a deal basically to because he's got evidence, right? They found evidence in the building to take down a few people, but not to take down the entire crime syndicate, to take down everyone in power. It was just to like take down a few people, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't to take down the whole criminal organization. They needed more than that evidence that he had. So basically, he makes a deal to go undercover, and he has to go undercover into the organization, and that's basically what it's about. He's got to go undercover and try and infiltrate and take him down while being undercover, and things escalate, and he makes a friend with I think the boss's son. Not going to say anything more than that, actually, there's too many spoilers. But let's just say he has to go into a prison, right? He gets arrested, he has to get arrested himself. He goes into a prison, and the boss's son is a prisoner in there, and he has to make friends with him to try and get into the gang basically, and then infiltrate them once he gets in. That's basically how the movie is, and I do like that sort of stuff. Undercover movies, they're pretty cool, and this one I think works really well, and there's a good payoff as well. The last act, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe, there's a big fight scene. Not just like one scene, but there's like multiple fights just all in a row, just multiple scene after scene after scene of fights. And it's some good fight scenes at the end. The ending was the best part of the movie, the most fast-paced, the most enjoyable. And I do like it, and I do like the character as well, and his story up with his family as well, who he's away from. He's gone away from his family to do these jobs, and sometimes he just wants to go back instead of like doing this. But he also wants to take down his criminals too, so there's an aspect to that as well. But I do like him I do like his character, and I do like the storyline. And apparently they're planning on a Raid 3, but apparently it's not going to happen, as I read in an article from 2018. But if it happens, I hope it happens anyway, because I think the movies are good. These movies are pretty good. They're good action movies that are just enjoyable, really. They're not masterpieces, but like they're enjoyable to watch as action movies. Like if you didn't know, like before superheroes, now it's superheroes, but like during my teenage year, action was my genre. It was like the main thing was buddy cop, like Rush Hour, Bad Boys, etc. But I loved action as well in general. You know, Rambo. I named one, then just froze. I don't know what's got into me, but I forgot Die Hard. I love Die Hard, and I forgot to mention Die Hard. Any James Bond movie, really. That's another thing. I guess Fast and Furious counts now, to be fair. I enjoyed those in the past, to be fair. The Fast and Furious movies. But yeah, there was a lot of... It was mainly buddy cops, but I really loved action movies. So it is pretty good. Like, I've been watching more action movies recently. Like, recently I've been watching more from Movie Monday. And I've been enjoying them. I've been enjoying it. It's kind of reminding me why it was my favorite category before, like it was superhero movies. But yeah, I did it, like I used to enjoy them like all the time. Like any action, Wanted, another one, Wanted, The Condemned. I can name a lot. Fighting movies, shooting movies. Just I used to love action. I used to just search for action movies and just watch them. Those are the most enjoyable ones for me during my teenage years. Also like animation as well. I love Shrek and Ice Age and anything from Pixar as well, basically. Then after that, after like 2012, it was superheroes mainly. And I liked more kaiju movies recently as well, so there's that. But action movies were like, they were my thing in the past. So it's a good like throwback to like start watching more action movies nowadays more often. Which is good. So yeah, and also recently there's John Wick, which is flipping amazing. And then there's Rambo Last Blood, which I enjoyed. Anyway, this was your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. The Raid 2 is an 8.5 out of 10. And see ya.